2 bids for Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is all but certain to leave Man United this summer and has not played for the club in 2.5 years. Manchester United have received competing bids from Marseille and Lazio for Mason Greenwood. Greenwood has generated interest from at least 6 European clubs, but Marseille and Lazio are the only clubs who have offered fees for the forward. The 22-year-old spent last season on loan at La Liga side Getafe after United were forced to abandon plans to reintegrate him into their squad following a backlash from supporters. Lazio considered signing Greenwood last year, and discussions are ongoing with the Rome side and Marseille, where Roberto De Zerbi has taken over as coach. Greenwood's exile from United's Carrington training complex is also expected to continue ahead of the player's return for pre-season training on Monday. United have prioritised finding Greenwood at a new club, and there are no plans for him to rejoin first-team training after 2.5 years. Greenwood is out of contract next year. Top 10 biggest celeb scandals of 2022. Greenwood's exile from United's Carrington training complex is also expected to continue ahead of the player's return for pre-season training on Monday. Greenwood has not returned to Carrington since he was arrested in January 2022. Charges of attempted rape, controlling and coercive behaviour, and assault occasioning actual bodily harm were dropped in February 2023. United sources last week described Greenwood's probable departure as more advanced than Jadon Sancho's. Greenwood last played for United in their 1-0 victory over West Ham United on January 22, 2022. He scored 10 goals in 36 games for Getafe. The case against the forward was dropped in February 2023, and Greenwood restarted his career on loan at Getafe last season. A source has told ESPN that arrangements for Sancho's potential return have not yet been finalised. The 24-year-old, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund, has not trained with the first team since his public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag in September. Sources have told Footsfere that Sancho has been offered to Barcelona and Juventus, but a valuation of around £40 million, $51 million, is proving a stumbling block for interested clubs. United's preference is to agree permanent departures for both Sancho and Greenwood, although accepting loan offers has not been ruled out. Meanwhile, United are continuing to reshape Ten Hag's staff ahead of the new season after holding talks with go-ahead Eagles manager Rene Hake. Negotiations with Hake, who worked with Ten Hag during his team at FC Twente, have progressed, and the 52-year-old is set to be offered a role in the backroom team at Old Trafford. A source has told ESPN that Hake is in line to be part of a shake-up of the coaching staff, which is also set to include the appointment of former United striker and former PSV Eindhoven manager Ruud van Nistelrooy. It leaves the futures of current assistants Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren, who both arrived with Ten Hag in 2022, unclear. Forwards coach Benny McCarthy is also set to leave with his contract due to expire at the end of the month. Mason Greenwood is a Manchester United footballer who came through the Man United Academy. The teenager made his debut as a late substitute in United's 3-1 win against PSG in March 2019, before making his full debut in a home loss to Cardiff 2 months later. Greenwood travelled on both United's 2018 and 2019 pre-season tours and featured in the first team. He was suspended by United back in January 2022 amid allegations of attempted rape, assault, and coercive control, all of which he denied. After the charges were dropped, he moved to Getafe on loan in summer 2023. Marseille are the latest club to contact Manchester United about Mason Greenwood. United have held discussions with the French club, who have just appointed former Brighton coach Roberto De Zerbi, and Lazio about Greenwood. Marseille's interest has been described as serious. Greenwood, 22, has also generated interest from Juventus, Napoli, Valencia, and Benfica. Napoli sources say Greenwood's reputed £30 million valuation is too steep for a player who would be able to negotiate a pre-contract agreement in the January transfer window. Lazio considered signing Greenwood last year, and discussions with the Rome club are understood to be ongoing. United sources last week described Greenwood's probable departure as more advanced than Jadon Sancho's. United are proactively seeking a buyer for both players. Greenwood last played for United in January 2022. He was arrested later that month before charges of attempted rape, controlling and coercive behavior, and assault occasioning actual bodily harm were dropped in February 2023. United had intended to reintegrate Greenwood back into the first-team squad, but a backlash from supporters forced them into a U-turn, and he signed for Getafe on transfer deadline day in September. Greenwood is out of contract next summer.